The outside stem is made up of 6 different pieces of hardwood. In this case, my finished stem is going to be consisting of Peruvian walnut and 1 little accent stripe of Alaskan yellow cedar. Now, as you can see, I have 6 pieces laid out here, but I'm going to glue up just 5 of them, and the reason for this will become obvious later on. I'm going to apply glue to just the first couple inches on each piece, on 4 of the 5 pieces rather. And now I'll stack these together. And put my accent strip on top. Okay, I've got 2 inches worth of material here stacked up with glue between. I'm going to let this cure, and then I'm going to come back and make a cut on this thing at about 45 degrees. This is just to dress up the appearance of the finished stem. Now the glue is cured on the end of this outside stem. Now I'm going to cut an approximate 45-degree angle here. Now I'll let that cure. Okay, our glue is cured, and now I'm going to add the final laminate. Again, gluing up just the 2 inches worth. I'm also going to apply some glue to this cap here. Let's put a little more glue there. There we go. Now I've got 6 1/8 inch laminates, giving me a total thickness of 3/4 of an inch. And we've capped the end of this off with another accent strip of Alaskan yellow cedar and walnut. Now I'll set that aside and let it cure, and then it'll be ready to go on the boat. Stems for the bow and the stern have been glued up. The ends have been glued up and they're ready to install on the boat. And you can see how nice that Alaskan yellow cedar accent strip looks on the terminus end of the stem. The tools that I'm going to use to introduce this notch is my Japanese pull saw and a chisel. I'm going to start by cutting a notch from the top of this stripping down at an angle, an approximate 45-degree angle, to the level of the inside stem. And I'll take the chisel and chisel some of this material off of here. I don't want to cut too deeply. I don't want to overcut. I just want to go down to the level of the inside stem. Again, sharp tools are essential. So take the time to sharpen your chisels and your block planes before you start this project. Now another tool that comes in handy is a rasp. You can fine-tune that cut up here by the notch with this rasp relatively easily. By holding the rasp level, you can get a real good feel for whether the flatness, the plane that you're introducing to this stripping is canted or whether it's level. Sometimes you can get a much better feel for it by using the rasp than you can with the block plane. This plane has to be perfectly flat in order for our outside stem to fit nice and flush without any gaps. Okay, that looks real good. I'll take our inside stem, or outside stem laminate set and place it up on top of here and check the angle of our notch to make sure that it matches up with the angle on the terminal end of our outside stem laminate set. I'm checking for any possible gaps underneath And that actually looks really darn good. I think we're ready to apply glue to the laminate set and glue it up to the boat. Now, if you were to find that the angle of your terminal end of your outside stem did not match the angle of your notch in your stripping, then there's a real easy way to fine tune that so that it does fit perfectly. Just slide your inside or outside stem up to your notch. With your Japanese pull saw, just gently make a kerf cut. Slide the outside stem tight, and that really fine-tunes the fit. I'll apply glue to each laminate one at a time. Of course, the first laminate is to be glued down to the inside stem. Next is our yellow cedar accent laminate. I'm using a dark colored glue for this because of course the majority of this laminate is made up of dark walnut. So I don't want to use a yellow glue, a yellow colored glue, because it would be more obvious in the glue lines than this darker glue. Okay, now another piece of walnut. last laminate. Now these all have to be tightly clamped together. Okay, that looks nice and tight. And we'll let that cure. Come back and remove the clamps, and then block plane the outside stem fair with the rest of the hull.